Hello and welcome back to another DDD reading stream. Yeah, we'll be continuing with chapter 1. Yeah, let's begin. We stopped at the end of chapter 0, I would say. Yeah, last time. Last time the dog entered the street, so let's see what happens. I would go with part 1 instead of chapters. Yeah, part 1, Junk. The sky is near. When I woke up, my vision was covered by water. Ah, eh? The sky had turned into an ocean. Sunlight is a shade of white light, while shimmering with the currents of water pouring down on me and the stone room I am inside. I am in. Inside the clear blueness, the current violently swooshes in the outline of a fish past. Okay, I'll just lower the music a bit since it seems like it's getting too loud. Okay, it looks like we are getting back. Yeah, it looks like we are doing a backstory, so let's see. Okay. Swimming in the ocean above my head was an enormous fish. The figure of a fish brushes against the light. Its body's length is a little more than 2 meters. If I had to go by just the silhouette, it's a shark. I don't know what kind of fish it is. If somebody asked me if shark can live in a fresh water, have to pause a bit. I'd have to pause a bit. First off, I can't tell if that even is a fish. The shadowed distance is itself, probably because it didn't like me looking at it. The fish went higher, deeper into the ocean and disappeared. Felt like the sky and the ground were reversed. But I'm used to it. No problem. It's a glass ceiling, and above it is a huge water tank. Nah, a little different from that. The room I am in is underneath a huge water tank. Would be the correct way of describing it. I'm just an underground I'm in just an underground chamber, and the ocean above my head really isn't the ocean, but just an old storage tank. This crazy water tank clinged cha- clinging clinged chamber is an uh, what an anachronism acronism acronism that might as well might as well be a room taken straight out of a medieval castle. You see, I'm at the outskirts of Shikura city. Okay, in the home of Karyun Karyukai, which lies in which uh, which lies in the forest. Oh, Akira, you're awake. An androgynous voice came from the. Just. Hmm, sure, continue with this. An androgynous voice came from the canopy bed at the center of the room. First, from here, I could only make out a shadow and not the face from here, but that would be the owner of the room. Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to see anything but a shadow no matter where I try to look from. That bed's been cl- calculatingly positioned in a way to ensure that no one could get a glimpse of the face unless they were standing right next to the bed. Okay. The underground chamber is built like a giant square box. The ceiling is glass and around it are walls of stone layered like brick. There are doors at all four sides of the room, but I have never opened any of them other than the entrance at the south side. Inside, valiantly, none of the everyday essential furnishings are present, the only electrical appliance being a small fridge in the corner. Piles of antiques are scattered with almost no semblance of order throughout the room. Depending on how you were to look at it, it could also be a storehouse for junk. Sorry, fell asleep. Needed anything while I'd been sleeping? No, nothing. Nothing important at all. But now that you are awake, do your job. My throat's dry. Bring me some water. I just woke I'd just woken up, maybe as an after effect of a bad dream. I make sure my neck isn't twisted and raised my body up from the sofa. Okay. How if if I'm thinking that this is going into a flashback, then how does he know what happened with him? Okay. This room doesn't have any running water. The only water is the distilled water that's been stocked up in the refrigerator. I walked slowly to the corner, over to the mountain like stacked of globes, and the refrigerator partially buried by that and pop open the door with one hand. Stacks of globe. Okay. Well shit. A fridge full of yellow shit. There is nothing but colored stuff here. If there had been no water, then no. Sure. If there is no water, just give me a sec. Yeah, I should be fine. Okay. If there is no water, that will be fine too. If I have to drink something, then I'll have grapefruit, okay? Sure is healthy for someone bedridden. Might even be more energetic than me sometimes, because Kaye watches out for that kind of stuff. If being picky about meals really makes a difference with Homo sapiens, that must mean people like me don't have much time left on this earth. But uh, but don't worry. We omnivores loves junk food. Two times the tastiness since it keeps meals cheap and cuts down a needlessly long lifespan. Okay, that's an opinion to have. While bravery putting up with the treacheries of the lightly carbonated feast food beverages. I poured the light yellow in I poured the light yellow into an oh so expensive glass. There is a man with one arm reflecting off the mirror on the wall, on the side of the fridge. Okay, so probably our silhouette. Not a pleasant sight. The man is missing his left arm. Nothing from the upper arm down. Me. I think it's actually damn cool since now I look like an evil robot. But that bravado doesn't make up for the inconvenience of having only one arm. 2 years ago, I lost my left arm in a little accident. In fact, I'd been lost so completely and perfectly that if it left people baffled about just what one has to do to remove it so cleanly. Okay, it is a clean cut. Luckily, the only thing I lost was that, and there hadn't been any danger to my life. Okay, 1.5 years of rehabilitation, and I got discharged. Pain in the ass for job searching and socializing, but no dissatisfactions with the one armed me. I'm somehow managing to get some small time cash with this dull part time job. Oh yeah, I'd say I am one of the fortunate. About the only thing that bugged me was the time I discovered I couldn't tie shoelaces by myself. Now that was a shock. Oh hurry, hurry. Oh hurry. Hurry, run Akira, run. I close the fridge and hurry over to my spoiled employer. I'm having troubles walking. I'm having trouble walking. I guess I must have fallen asleep with my neck in the wrong position. Thanks. It's actually been 5 hours since I last had something to drink. The master of the room slightly raised the neck and took the glass. A black artificial right arm. Kario Kaye gulps down the yellow fluid without hesitation. That was delicious. So you were moaning. What was that about? What, like feeling, like the feeling I had been, what? Like the feeling that I'd been movie hopping theaters for the lousy late night showing. Oh wait, you wouldn't get that. Okay, nope. Can't say I can identify with that. I never been to a theater before. Besides, is there even such a thing as an entertaining late night show? Uh, Godly. Why, yes. There are a whole lot. There are a whole lot. The fool has the idea that a late night showing is the act of shutting out third rate movies that can only be shown in the middle of the night. I'll let you know that nowadays late night showings are better for actually enjoying movies, okay? But no point in explaining this to someone who doesn't understand the fundamentals of movie. Sorry, bad example. Basically, I just had a dream of something nasty that happened a while ago. Something nasty that happened a while ago. Okay, so we are actually, it's not a flashback, it's flash forward. So, okay, time skip after the end of chapter 0, part 0. Oh, really? Kyle looks at me with a blank face. This is my employer, the owner of the underground chamber. First thing to be noticed at a glance is the artificial arm. A black plaster arm extending slenderly like a mannequin was attached. In other words, just as armless as me. However, Kaya's mischievous critter several notches higher than the likes of me in the outrageous department. Age is 14 or 15, silk like long black hair, and a pretty face that would knock out any man, but watch out, boys. This is a man. Mortifying, but yes, a man. This is coming from me, the guy that got knocked out by his looks at first sight, so there is no mistaking it. Name is Karyu Kaye. Pain in the ass, so I'll just call him Kaye. This naughty punk who'd seriously be like a princess if he'd just shut up, is a work of art that God commissioned on a whim. At the same time, he's also envy. He's also evidence that God has noticed. Okay, so it's probably this person is Kaye, and this is the main character. What was his name? Akira. Okay. Where were we? Okay, this. So then, what kind of dream might this nasty dream of yours be? Hmm, doesn't stir up my curiosity. There was quite the mystery as to how you could manage to sleep the entire time in such agony. He asked me in amusement. He is bored all year long, so he is vicious for anything interesting. Look, I already told you it was a nasty dream. I'm still feeling nauseous here, and the last thing I need to remember it was I was about to die in it. Actually, I definitely did die back then. My neck was twisted after all. Oh, you saw a dream where you were about to die. Ah, so that's why you were screaming things like, oh hell, or please stop this for love of God. Oh, poor. There would have been a real entertainment if you'd only sleep a little longer. Is that supposed to be, is that supposed to mean you wanted to hear my death scream? You're sick. If you see me moaning, wake me up, damn it. What, you enjoy seeing people suffer? Do you get turned on by the panting of man? It depends, but yours, Akira, was quite the treat. You know, I don't know what happened to you, but it was a disconnected and interesting jumble of sing. I don't know this word. Simin. Simino. Uh, what is this? Act of speaking out loud while sleeping, okay. Where is it?
Somniloquy.
Somniloquy. Somniloquy. Okay. Uh, do, 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 do. Okay. Hmm. Somniloquy. Interesting jumble of sleep talking, basically. Oh, but that demonstration of your shameless and wonderful true colors was more than appetizing enough. The punk then thanked me for a meal and smiles happily. Oh snap! I just had to get charmed by that. I don't want to admit it, but it's attractive. It's the ultimate smile. If you are a man, you can't resist it. The truth is, I hate the guy, but I love his smile. One day that this dilemma might be resolved. Oh yeah, with a riot. Yee. Depending on how I think about it, I have been raped for 2 hours. You sadistic shit and your twisted denial play. You'd better give me compensation for you don't want to get sued. 2 hours rest, so going by the Love Hotel conversion rate, that will be 5,000 yen. Wait, is 5,000 yen for 2 hour worth of human dignity expensive or cheap? I guess it's expensive, not really something you could put a price on. I should be the one saying that. Akira, your day hours are running on on my money. I can use it however I want, and you are obliged to meet the expectations for me, of me, the employer. But even then, you won't talk to me so naturally. I do have the right to pass time analyzing your sleep talk. He hums and turns away, his face looking disgruntled. How to pass time. That was the predicament of the life of Kayu Kaye. He can't leave his room. No, he can't even get up from the bed help. Without help. There is a simple reason for that. All of all of Kaye's limbs are artificial. God is cruel, after all. He not only gave Kaye a face that couldn't be any prettier, he gave him a body that couldn't be any more restricting. If I become an evil robot by losing only my left arm, then limbless Kaye is the leader of the forces of darkness. My job is to attach his prosthetic in the morning and take them off in the evening. I'm paying for 80% of my I'm paying for 80% of my living expenses with this. I mean, it's great that it's a job that even a one-armed guy could do. But something about this feels unhealthy and wrong. Taking money from a kid that can't move by himself, that's worse than being gig gigolo gigolo. Okay. Then again, this leader of the force of darkness was born in a wealthy family, and him paying me was something of a pastime to him, apparently. Kaye himself isn't going to have any problems with any of the basic necessities for the rest of his life. Plus, he's got prosthetics that fit him perfectly. As long as he wears them, he can do most things. On the first day of work, he just leisurely walked to the bathroom with his prosthetic leg. Yep, it's Kaye-chan, the rich kid with the awesome prosthetics, but performance and comfort are two different things. Seems that no matter what, prosthetics just don't go well with Kaye so much of the time he's lying on the bed like he is now. Yeah, prosthetics are at any rate stiff, stiffening and painful. Kaye only has his left leg and right arm on at the moment, probably because he's not in good shape today. Meaning that I I probed the corner of the room, found it. The black dog crouching at the corner of the room has the appearance of a monster from a picture book with no eyes at birth. The black dog will never feel light even once in its life. But don't underestimate it. When the dog hunts, it hunts blowing borrowing human eyes. When the dog hunts, it hunts borrowing human eyes. Okay. Akira. Oh wow, you are really alright. Your face is a mess. Why don't you have a drink and relax a bit? No, my face isn't a damn mess. I'm fine. No need to worry, and no, I'm not interested in a waterless and beerless kind of fridge. Then how about eating something? You're hungry, aren't you? Might just be me, but isn't that logic broken? What good is eating going to do when I feel sick? You're going to be charging me too, am I right? Why, of course. I deduct it from your salary. See? That's bully. Iceman. Scourge. Overlord class servant operation. No thanks. Besides, it's not only for the afternoon. I'll be better once it's night, so leave me alone for a while. I waved my hand at him to shoo him off. Whoops, Kaye can't move from the bed, so I ended up returning to the sofa. The best part of this messed up chamber is how comfortable this sofa is. It is so comfortable, it's almost unbelievable. The con I am confident that I can sleep for 3 full days straight on this sofa. So I take it that the dream was about the Kizaki job, the exorcism you performed 1 month ago at night. You didn't, you don't have to hide it. Okay, 1 month ago, so got something. Can I highlight something? I can draw it, but no highlighting. It seems like it's fine. Okay, Kaye sulks. Your persistence is making me want to sulk. Uh, okay. Kaya sulks. Your presence is making me want to sulk. Yeah, but how the hell do you know? Well, you had been shouting out while you were sleeping stuff like, oh, Kizaki, stop, and I'll send you your ass straight to the moon. For someone that was about to die. Akira, you were being rather peculiar, don't you agree? He cackles He cackles. That snotty punk. He laughs with a crescent moon grin under the shadow of the canopy. There really, there's really something seriously rotten with him. If he could still sit back and watch my um, groaning from knowing that much. In the first place, the reason why I got into the mess was largely related to him. I should have, I should have quit just because I could make money on it. I wasn't suited for that work. I wanted to live as easy as possible. Is is uh, Ishizue Akira's policy, his ideal principle, his rebirth slogan. Uh, let's change the mood since how is this? No. I'll go with this and no. Hmm. No, it's too jarring. Uh, what? Hmm. Okay. I know this. Let's go with this. Okay. And I ignored that and dug myself into a grave. On that night, in that nightmare, I don't want to ever have anything to do with again. I, s- I stepped right inside that grave. Hmm. The house where there had been a family suicide, a freakish neck rotating man, the epidemic of demon possession. I said I never wanted to see again. And it first became known to the public about 10 years ago, or so they say. Agonist, dis- agonist disorder, a sudden psychological disorder that's that's also been described as a respirator crash. It's treated as being one of the modern day illness, such as depression and TKS, but probably the only people who know it by the name are the ones involved. Anyhow, it refers to the psychologically crippled that are unable to control their own emotions. It's a name with only symptoms and no pathogens. So you might think you all don't be inviting some disease when they are just loony. But that didn't do that. Depression, after all, is a real mental illness. Illness will inflict even a healthy cold-proof body using the bag's trick. This is too happy. Okay, yeah, sure. Illness will inflict even a healthy cold-proof body using the bags of tricks. If the stuff in someone's head becomes off in comparison to everyone else, it's not just the mind's sick, it's because there is something wrong with the body. Human beings are made up of mystery, wonder, and a solid design schematic. Breakdowns don't occur for no reason. Yeah. However, only the only people recognize it as disease are experts. The public generally calls those afflictions by it the demon possessed. Why? Well, that'd be because they exhibit behavior that lend one to conclude they're possessed by demons. Personally, transformation and breakdown are only light conditions. Severe cases go from compul, obsessive compulsive, self-inflicted harm and suicide attempts to a discharging of hostility towards surroundings. To get straight to the point, it gives birth to criminals that inflict harm on others based on trivial emotions. But I mean, that's not even demon possession, is it? It's just a flashy but still normal disease. Why use some acronymic word like demons? Because the words demon possession are easier to understand. I guess depression just won't ring a bell for normal people, let alone the ones that actually saw them. But the image of demon possession fits easily. People can accept the bizarre alter, alterance that are made if it's because a demon's responsible for them. If there is a demon inside, that'd account for their nearly non-human behavior too. For their point of view, still ego transfers to an artificial personality coming from that type of possession states die out a long time ago. I don't know what he's yapping about. People can accept bizarre altercations that are made if it's because a demon's responsible for them. Yeah, makes sense. Since they can't actualize what's happening, so they leave it up to demon possession and say it to say it for themselves, I would guess. If there is a demon inside, that it account for their nearly non-human behavior too, from their point of view. Yeah, makes sense. Still, ego transfer. No, change. Okay. Hmm. Point of view. Still, ego transfer transference to an artificial personality coming from the type of possession state died out. Coming from that type of possession state died out a long time ago. I don't know what he's trying to say. I'll add that the personas that the people in the country were are generally going to be that of beasts too. Demons are spirits that, well, simply don't appear in Japan. Okay. Yeah. Possession was originally nonsense talk from pals outside this island. Their works on this their works on this basis of 1 to 6 billion. The term God generally uh, okay, getting the absolute advantage in turn of in turn of the century Japan. Demons are the concept that can only live in a religion with just one god. Okay, sure. Pathetic. If they have to use something, they could have picked Inugami possession, more familiar and more established. That's my opinion on it. Okay, I understand bits and pieces of it, not fully, but okay. Inugami possession, dog spirit possession. Okay, nah. It might be easy to understand, but it mustn't feel established. No matter how much faith has died out over here, the Japanese are still Japanese. We are going to be sensitive to the word beast possession in one way or another. But with demon possession, it's more distinct, more game like. Wouldn't you think that would be both strangely realistic as well as boring it had been it if it was only disease that had already been in this country. Sure. Ah, so demon possession is more so what? Demon possession is more convenient for us? Yes. That's why I think demon possession that's Hmm. Hmm. Just give me a sec. Okay. Yes, yes. That's why I think demon possession that's going around now is a modern day sickness. There is an ending in sight, since it isn't coming at all, everybody's everybody's building up a lot of stress. You could fall apart any day. The people around you could break any day. You'd feel secure thinking that we wouldn't you you'd feel secure thinking that way wouldn't you that you are safe because you are ready for self ruin. I guess people are numbing themselves with a defensive screen that's giving them the kind of mistaken thinking. It's the current fad to become obtuse along with everybody else. The word demon possession are just being used by the tide, just as the name suggests. It's the perfect sacrifice to lay the blame. Self poisoning, self self generation, self ruin, huh? Oh, you precious little punk. You precious little punk. If that's true, the demon possession's only phenomenon that not even a sickness you make it sound. If that's true, then demon possession's only a phenomenon and not even a sickness. You make it sound like it's been replicated by a new fad word after a year. But the big problem isn't in the theoretical. It's that it causes real harm. Demon possession does exist. The people that have it really are mentally ill, and they are superhuman like Kazaki that threw away their humanity. These are these last few years, the number of abnormal crimes most of the time uh, has been increasing. Most of the time, these incidents are passed off as being just another demon possession crime. But among those, only about 100 were processed as criminal by the demon possessed. This doesn't account for even 10% of the total number of abnormal crimes. Just give me a sec. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So, this doesn't account for even 10% of the total number of abnormal crimes. That's why you mix 10 truths into 100 lies. Do that, and both of them become lies. Well said. Even if someone has misfortune of running into an incident like Kizaki one, since the other nine are abnormal crimes, it will be categorized as a suspicious but abnormal crime. The public might be aware of demon possessions, but they are totally unaware under the real meaning of what demon possession is. A part of the reason why name demon possession stuck, it's bec- it isn't because of the incomprehensible behavior of the afflicted. It is simply because they exert abilities that humans don't have. There are things that don't escape from the realms of delusions, as well as things that are treated on the same level as mental defects. However, there are cases where it crosses the line and becomes superhuman, like say a human that doesn't die when he rotates his head and on top of that hurts other people's but hurts other people. But yeah, I suppose it is natural for people to think that that's impossible under a contract with the devils, unless a contract with the devils has been made with the devils. Why is I don't know. Okay, seriously, how damn stupid. In the age where excess civilization supply has ended, what the hell are demons? I don't buy it. I have seen people that can't be interpreted as being anything else other than people really possessed by demons, and I still can't buy it. Normal people must not accept these things as real even if they are true. I still can't acknowledge them, and I probably never will for the rest of my life. Even if 100 Kazakis come after me, I will stubbornly laugh them off. Still, there's something preventing me from discerning it as a nonsense. There's something preventing me from discerning it as nonsense. There is a reason why there is a reason why I, despite being able to write it off as lies, can't quelch it as false. The reason is because the punk in front of me is not some demon possessed douche, but a real demon. Okay. Say, what's the border between real and fake? Border. I'm talking about demon possession. The difference between someone that's really possessed and someone that isn't. The difference between a normal sickness and an abnormal sickness. I recall that incident a month ago at the house 3 buildings away from mine. The neck the neck cramp I got from sleeping the wrong way aches. Yeah, that was how'd I finish that anyway. You mean whether what's possessing them is real or not? No, not that. I had enough of demonology serum sermon. I don't care about the truth of the current demon epidemic. I am asking why people getting possessed by demons. Why people get possessed by demons? Huh. How dull. It should be more obvious whether real or fake a demon is going to possess a, a particular type of person. Those guys have been found to be emotionally weak for quite the time. Excuse me, do you have that backwards? Your your mind gets struck sick after you get demon possessed. Don't you say the demon possession is an illness? Look, if you put real thought to it you will get it. An epidemic inflicts people with low immunity. Yes, the physically weak or the physically unfit are easily susceptible to external illness. If the body works that way, then so does the mind. Akira, when it comes down to it, you are a kind person. I know you can't tolerate it when the weak are pushed around for being weak, but this is a fact. Demon only possesses people that had already been weak. Okay, makes sense. He says this with a smug face. What I hate about him is this part. Just quit it with the character beautification. What? You're saying demon possession is their own fault, not even counting physical build and fitness? People are fundamentally people with a pers- fundamental personality weakness are born to become possessed. Okay, good question. Yeah, weak people will be hit by demon possession, but that isn't because they are emotionally weak, but rather the environment around them has weakened. Even if the heart lies in the inside, it functions according to external factors. Family family issues, relationship with the friends, the other. Evaluation of self in society. If the footing is poisoned, naturally the person standing on it will also it'll also be infected. The mind then becomes sickened and that person becomes unable to adapt to normal society. This is an example of the environment not being built by us but changing us and taking advantage of that. The supernatural inflicts the just weakened mind. Yeah, this seems important. So, okay. You see, the concept of demon is a formation of weakness. They are using that weakness as a breeding ground, so they are going to be fostering that weakness with all their might. They are they'll completely to destroy the, they'll completely destroy the host social sociality. Sociality. Sometimes they had merely lost sight of. What is that word? Yeah, society. Society. Okay. Let's see that there is someone who says he can't continue living without his girlfriend. This is just a preventive measure to deal with their possessism. But with demon possession, they'll actually commit suicide. I'm sad, so I want to die. But I'm scared of death. That's the balance of the that's the balance of the normal person, but those people are different. These people are different. I have had enough of feeling sad, so I have to die. There is a total lack of fear of the future. The really scary people are the ones that no longer cares about their past and future and can only see the present. Yeah, true. Okay. Hmm. Can only can only see the present, huh? If people don't think about tomorrow, that leaves everything up for grabs. If there is only a today, then it's fine to do anything in the present. Which would mean dying tomorrow isn't anything to get all upset about if there is anything you are scared of. It's being anything it's being anything but what they are in the present. So while us normal people have hesitations towards dying and anger at living, they are the opposite. Yes, that's right. For example, for people with nothing but present, it's as if they'd just been born. They'll feel that everything around them is tangled with uncertainty, tinged with uncertainty. It's not as if they can't put the brakes on on their emotions. People with emotional wounds, people that are liable to the possession possessed by concepts, are living beings that really can't go on living without a rule they judge for themselves. Emotions won't break them, but they'll destroy themselves just by breaking a delicate rule that holds no meaning to anyone but themselves. It's easy for supernatural to take hold in a heart on that brink. Okay. The hell. After coming up with the kind of that kind of stupid rule, they get possessed by a demon. When they break it, then turn into mass murderers. Give me a break. If you want to die, die by your damn self. Don't take your friends and family with you. Damn stupid. Damn stupid. So, uh, so, so what it among, so what it amounts to is the whining of the socially inept, right? Nobody, uh, right, right. No bloody way I can figure that out. Like hell, I am ever going to understand the feeling of some flake that gets driven into a corner by that kind of garbage. Okay, interesting main character. Okay, we are here. How many more? Oh, this is quite long. Oh, 59. And we are on 32. So about less than 30 pages. Hmm. Okay. How long have been going for? About an hour, so I'll see where to stop. Okay. So displeased at something, the face reflecting in the mirror twists in hatred. Must have been because of some nasty stench. The black dog comes by me and crouches in the crouches in the in contact. The dog getting friendlier with me deep by the day. Oh oh, haha. Of course you wouldn't. That's how normal people think after all. But just hear me out. In this case, you don't blame the weakness of the heart, but you should think about what makes it weak. This is how the stock how the stock phrase should be. It won't be. Uh, this is how the stock phrase should be. It won't be. Feel shame in the weakness of your fragile heart. It would be, you know, the sorrow of the frightened, fright, fragrantly of a man. What is this word? Okay.
Fragility.
Fragile. Oh, bruh. Okay, fragility. Oh, it's sometimes happens. Okay. You know the sorrow of the frig. You know the sorrow of the fragility of a man. Of man. I don't know why, but it doesn't sound right. I know what the translator are trying to say, but it just sounds weird. Okay, know the sorrow of the fragility of man. Yeah, sure. Kaya talks as if to pity them. He spreads his hand in exaggeration under the shadow of the canopy ever so courteously. But it's nothing more than a gesture. He doesn't possess the natural emotions of being able to feel sorrow. But I understood what he's saying in a way. Let's say, let's say there is this guy who was hopelessly afraid of tap water and thought he'd die if he drank it. Out of some mistake, he accidentally drinks the tap water and then commits suicide. Even though nothing unusual happened to his body. Saying that that's weak is the vanity of the strong. After all, I don't have the courage to die just from drinking water. It's a feeling that the average Joe won't get. But can't you say the people that kill themselves for some stupid reason are psychologically psychologically strong to the point of madness? But yeah, still no. The fact that I can't even slightly deny that they are the weaklings of society. This is something. Okay, interesting way of putting it, but makes sense for the main character. Okay, so is it in frame? It should be. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, this should be fine. Time passes with even useless banter. Perhaps because sunset is near, the room gradually falls into darkness. This room will become pitch black when the sun sets, since there is no electrical illuminations. Illuminations. Lovely. The sun and the moon are the only source of light. How romantic. All the girls will squeal in delight. But I am a guy and not the least bit delighted. I'm starving too. And that's just about that time when I begin missing normal illumination. So if I draw how the room looks from my imagination, it looks something like a double layered. Uh, this is the aquarium where water is, and we are currently here. This is glass, and there are four exits, four doors leading somewhere. So, and Kaya is here. Dog is sitting in one of the corner, and we are somewhere here. I would guess something like this. I don't know why. I think it is circular, but it just feels right since I don't think they have mentioned the shape of the room. So, okay. Uh, there is highlighter too. Okay. Hmm. Okay, it's about time for me to go. If I seriously don't put anything in my stomach, I'll die. My stomach twists and rumbles. Sounds like the gastric juices is dissolving my stomach wall. Eh, Akira. Eh, Akira. Don't, don't tell me you haven't eaten anything since morning. You don't see me eating today, did you? And it's more like I haven't eaten since last night. Oh wow. You have to eat something. You have to eat. Someone as unhealthy as you shouldn't be skipping meals. I do have food here, by the way. How about it? No, I'm very sorry to say that the food over here doesn't match my taste. This is way too epic for something normal going on. Okay, mainly financially. It's true what they say about people getting stomach problems from eating food they are not used to. Huh, how rude. But now that I take a closer look, you really look pale, don't you? Could it be that you are on a diet because you picked up a beer belly from drinking all that alcohol? None of your business. Look, I simply don't have money. Right, I'm short on money all year long, but lately things have really gotten bad. This job pays by the month, and damn Kaye despises paying in advance or daily. Ahaha, go to hell, rich kid. Oh, is that it? If you have no money, just work. It's fine with you working outside at day as long as you dismount my prosthetics. So why not try? There is no place that would hire me. One arm only, brainless, manual labor. Can you actually imagine that? Yes, I can. There is work that only you can do. Akira. Exercise demon possessions like that time with Kaie-san. There there had been a bank transfer from Kizaki-san from that. Hadn't there? After that hadn't. After that. Oh, hmm. Kizaki-san, probably someone else used Kizaki-san's bank to transfer money because wasn't Kizaki-san the one who was possessed by who was in demon possession, something like that, if I'm remembering it right. Yeah, but that had been confiscated by Mato-san. Okay, something about not taking money from volunteer work. Still, Kizaki-san's fortune had already been used up in repaying his debt, and now I remember. After I exorcised that demon from Kizaki-san, he thanked me while bema- bemoaning that I shouldn't have killed him, that I should have killed him. And the afflicted part of Kizaki-san who had the most pitiable expression on him in the world was okay. So he exercised it. Interesting. How did it do that? We still don't know. Since we skipped over that, it probably has something to do with the dog. Hmm. Kaye, listen. Back over there, the dog. It. Yes, yes, about the demon possessed dog killer. My. Akira's done his research. Huh? By dog killer, you mean who? Oh, you forgot? Alright. This will be the seventh time I explain it to you. Okay, seventh time. Why is Kaya keeping count of that? Since a month ago, there had been somebody out there catching and killing dogs and cats. Apparently, by somebody, apparently, that somebody has been removing all the stuff inside and dumping out the skin on the burnable garbage disposal days. There had been nothing more than rumors in the beginning, but about 2 weeks ago, somebody saw the culprit and has been ranting about it being demon possession all over the place. Okay, I take out the memo pad from my pocket, checking 2 weeks ago, the last week of September. Okay, so yeah, that was mentioned September in part 0. Scribbling in the usual, nothing big. I don't know anything about that. But what but what? Dog killing? That sort of are are chick. There aren't any stray dogs, even in the back alleys. If there are any, they'd be up in the mountain valleys or out in the country. But hey, did you know this? They say if you kill animal out in the mountain or fields, it's called hunting. No, these aren't stray dogs. They are house pets. At first, the dog killer caught guard dogs, now but is now going inside house and stealing them. Thanks to that, there'd been a sharp drop in the pet dog population of Shi- Shikura City. Hmm, this plot point. I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, but wasn't there something similar to that in Garden of Sinners? I don't remember. It's been long time since I've seen the movies, so I think it was the instead of dogs, it was the human killings, and it was slowly ramping up. Or was it Tsukihime? I don't remember, but yeah, this is a similar plot point Nasu uses. So now that you mentioned it, that noisy mutt next door was pretty quiet last night. Is that so? So was it taken under custody? Location is unknown at the moment. The police have also got a search net out, but there hadn't been a full out search yet since the only victims are dogs and cats. But according to witness, the dog killer is extremely passive, seems to be weak, and I do not think there ought to be a reward from Mato-san. Akira, will you do it? No, I'm not interested, and Mato-san will never give me money. And even assuming that he is afflicted by demon possession, it's not as if he's killed anyone yet. Well, yet, is it? That's my boy, the ex-patient, never one to squeeze in predictions. Ex-patient, and he heard me. Freaking sharp ears. Shut up, be quiet. I don't give a rat's ass about that stupid story. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends that are dogs. As if it's any of my business if a bunch of mutts get killed. Wow, you're terrible. You're not going to do anything? Hey, it's not something that us humans should get involved in. Vengeance, vengeance gotta be handed by the same species. If you want to catch him, go get Scooby Doo. Oh. Uh, you have to be the you have to be that adverse to it. Oh, pooh. Now, why are you being more stubborn than usual? With the Kizaki job, you gladly took it up for the money. Hey, Akira, could it be you are hiding something? Oh, like you being acquainted with the dog killer. It's a baseless suspicion, but I can't deny it. As far as I am concerned, the person I trust the second least in the world is myself after all. Interesting self talk. I check a month I check a month worth of memos. After what happened at Kizaki's place, there hadn't been any particular laughable scribble. Yukio eating too much. Go on diet. Watch out for vinegar. Hmm. And there is one. The date's about 1 week before. Alas, whatever I wrote is beyond even me. Kaye has his finger in his mouth, as if he wants me to show it to him. But this secret notebook is off limit to human eyes. Can't show it to you even if you offer me that mysterious finger articulating arm. Now, I'm really, really don't want you do want one of those. Enough that I'd sell my soul. Well, do you know that? Do you know the person? I told you. No, don't ask stuff about me to me, and no more stupid demon possession talk. If you have to do it, do it around. Do it like around now, when the sun's out. I put away my memo pad now. 30 minutes until sunset. Almost the limit. Let's finish up today's job, shall we? Okay, I think I'll be stopping here on page 37. Sure, I can. I probably will be able to complete it tomorrow, chapter 1, that is. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. This is definitely an interesting main character to follow since, from the looks of it, he keeps forgetting stuff, and the person he's working with, the Kaye, he's also somewhat different, I would say. Those two are those two are kind of like the main character for now. So let's see how this goes, since there is definitely some bits and pieces that leave something interesting to be explored for the future. Since I've read some, I've read the earlier part, so this is a good retrospective since I don't remember most of it, but I remember one part that is going to be coming up soon, I would say. So yeah, and this is interesting. Watch out for vinegar. The first part is fine. Yukio, I don't remember who Yukio is. So yeah, so we'll explore what will be happening with the dog possessions, with the dog killer, demon possession stuff next time, hopefully. If not, let's see what Akira does. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at around same time. So yeah, see you guys then. Bye.